Just caught a baby wombat. Look at the mother. It's like, oh, it's chasing after her.
I got a baby wombat.
All right, so let's begin with a quick read of this news story. And just as a reminder, if it feels too difficult, don't worry, because we are going to pick the language apart, make sure everything is clear after this quick read. So for now, just sit back and relax and listen. American influencer sparks outrage over baby wombat. Australians are celebrating after an American influencer left the country following backlash over a viral video. Sam Jones, a Montana-based hunter, filmed herself grabbing a baby wombat off the road at night while its mother scurried after her. "I caught a baby wombat," she said, holding it up as it wriggled and hissed. "Mama's right there, and she's fuming." She then dropped the joey back on the roadside in the dark. Jones, who has over 91,000 followers, took down the video, but not before it spread quickly. Australians, wildlife groups, and even the Prime Minister were outraged. "Try grabbing a baby crocodile next time. See how that goes," he said. Thousands demanded Jones be deported. The government reviewed her visa, and by Friday, she had left voluntarily. "There's never been a better day to be a baby wombat in Australia," said Home Affairs Minister Tony Burke. Jones apologizes, then blames Australia. Jones half apologized, saying she only wanted to help. She later accused the Australian government of hypocrisy, pointing out that wombats are often culled or killed to control population legally. Wildlife experts say her actions were perilous for both her and the joey. "Wombats need their mothers for up to 2 years," said a rescue group. "The baby was left at risk of starvation or injury." Scientists added that wombats carry mange, a disease that humans can catch. Jones was lucky she didn't get bitten, they warned. Experts say influencers should stop disturbing wildlife for content. If you can't engage people without harassing animals, rethink your social media strategy, they advised. Awesome stuff, guys. Let's come back to the news story, and this time we're going to go line by line. We are going to take a deep dive into the story. The title is "American Influencer Sparks Outrage Over Baby Wombat." Okay, so an American influencer. This term influencer is kind of a new word, maybe in the last 10 years or so, since social media has really taken off. Just means somebody who has a large following online, someone who has a lot of fans, a lot of followers, right? And sometimes people can be full-time influencers. If you have millions of followers, maybe you take ads for making posts on social media. Maybe you promote products, that kind of thing. So there was an American influencer who went to Australia and sparked outrage. Okay, sparked outrage. That means made a lot of people very angry. Outrage is like extreme anger. Sparking outrage means causing extreme anger. Over what? What were people so upset over? What were people so angry about? A baby wombat. You guys know wombats, right? This kind of animal you can find in Australia. I'm going to put a picture up on the screen here. Let's take a look. Australians are celebrating. They're very happy about this. After an American influencer left the country, so she left Australia following backlash over a viral video. Okay, a lot to unpack here. Backlash, okay? If somebody does something publicly, it might be unpopular, right? Like this, picking up a baby wombat. That made a lot of people upset, right? And so there was a lot of backlash. People are, online getting really upset about this, leaving comments, spreading the word that this person did this terrible thing. So there's a lot of backlash over a viral video. We can say backlash over something that happened, or we can say there's been a lot of backlash about something that happened. Of course, a viral video is a video that goes viral, a video that becomes very popular, viewed by millions of people. Sam Jones, a Montana-based hunter, the state of Montana here in the United States. She's a hunter. She hunts animals, filmed herself grabbing a baby wombat off the road at night while its mother scurried after her. Super sad to see, right? Because this poor mama wombat is scurrying after her baby, very distressed, very frantic, very anxious, very upset. And the mother wombat is scurrying after this influencer, trying to get her baby back. Very sad situation. "I caught a baby wombat," she said, Jones said, holding it up as it wriggled and hissed. Wriggling, squirming, trying to get away, trying to get free, and hissing like a cat. That's a hiss, right? Mama's right there and she's fuming. So Jones said this in the video. She said, "Look, mom's right there and she's fuming." She acknowledged that the mother wombat was very upset about this, which is an extra layer of messed up, of wrong, right? She could tell that the mother wombat was very upset, was very distressed, but she did it anyway. She then dropped the joey. That's what you call a baby wombat, right? A baby wombat is a joey, just like a baby kangaroo we call a joey. She dropped it back on the roadside, the side of the road, in the dark. Jones, who has over 91,000 followers, so she has a big following, we can say. A big following, a large following. Lots of people follow her. She took down the video. So she did delete the video. She did get rid of it, but not before it spread quickly. It spread like wildfire, we could also say. If lots of people are watching and sharing and, interacting with the video, pushing it up in the algorithm, and lots of people are seeing it, we can say that it is spreading like wildfire. It's, spreading so quickly. Australians, wildlife groups that try to protect wildlife, and even the Prime Minister were outraged. So the government has gotten word of this, has been notified, about this situation. Here's what the Prime Minister had to say. "Try grabbing a baby crocodile next time. See how that goes," he said. And I love this. This is such an Australian reaction to this, right? Why don't you try grabbing a baby crocodile instead? And I also love this because he is insinuating, he is implying that Jones did something very cowardly. Jones is picking on an animal that is much weaker than her, a defenseless, innocent animal, right? He says, "Why don't you try picking on someone your own size," right? Like a crocodile. See how well that goes for you. Thousands demanded Jones be deported, kicked out of the country. The government reviewed her visa. So the government is looking into this, checking out her visa, making sure she's in the country legally. And by Friday, she had left voluntarily. She knew it was time to get out, right? There's never been a better day to be a baby wombat in Australia, said Home Affairs Minister Tony Burke. Another great quote. I will say that Australians have a great sense of humor. They're very, very funny people. There's never been a better day to be a baby wombat in Australia, right? It's a good time to be a baby wombat because you don't have to be worried about getting grabbed by this terrible American influencer, Jones. Jones apologizes, then blames Australia. Jones half apologized, wasn't a sincere apology, wasn't a full apology, saying she only wanted to help. Oh, she wasn't doing it for a video. She wasn't doing it, to increase her followers on social media. No, she was doing it to help, she claims. She later accused the Australian government of hypocrisy. We'll talk about this, pointing out that wombats are often culled or killed to control population legally. So what is hypocrisy? What is being a hypocrite? What is being hypocritical, we could also say? Let's say that I tell you should never ever drink Coca-Cola because it's full of sugar. It's very bad for you. So it damages your health. You should never drink Coca-Cola. I say that to you, right? But then you see me drinking Coca-Cola. You could say, wow, you are being really hypocritical. Or you could say, wow, you are such a hypocrite. You told me not to do something, then you did it yourself. So that is hypocrisy. As a noun, we can say hypocrisy, the idea of being hypocritical, right? So Jones is trying to say that the Australian government is being hypocritical for criticizing her because they do this thing where they cull the wombats. They try to control the population by killing them. And this is a legal practice in Australia. So Jones, did a little bit of research and found out this fact. And she's now wagging her finger at the Australian government saying, you know what? You guys are criticizing me. Well, look what you do to the baby wombats. Wildlife experts, people who really understand wildlife, who research wildlife, it's their job to deal with this sort of stuff. They say her actions were perilous, very dangerous, could be another way of thinking about this. Dangerous for both her and the joey. Wombats need their mothers for up to 2 years, said a rescue group. The baby was left at risk of starvation or injury. Starvation means starving to death, no food to eat, and so you die. Injury, getting hurt, right? Because the baby wombat, the joey, was separated from its mother, placing it in a very perilous situation, a very dangerous situation. Here's a $10 word for you guys, a very precarious situation. Just means a risky or dangerous situation, very precarious. Scientists added, they additionally said that wombats carry mange. It's this disease that humans can catch. So when a human interacts with a wombat, you have to be very careful. You don't want to be touching these wild creatures. You can catch this disease if they bite you, right? This disease called mange. So Jones was lucky she didn't get bitten, they warned. Experts say influencers should stop disturbing wildlife, stop bothering these animals for content. Making posts, making videos for social media. If you can't engage people, get people's attention. Without harassing animals, rethink your social media strategy, they advised. They're giving her advice. If you can't make content for social media without bothering these poor defenseless animals, then you should rethink your strategy. You should think again about the way you do things. Before we get into the final part of today's video, my favorite part, the speaking practice, the reflection, I just very quickly want to remind you guys about all the perks of becoming a channel member here at English is Easy. As you may have noticed, I never take ads. I have gotten so many offers from different companies, from different brands wanting me to promote their products, to sell you guys their products, sometimes for thousands of dollars. And I've always said no. That's because I really believe in myself and I believe in this channel. I believe in the benefits my videos can bring you guys. So I never collaborate with brands, okay, with other companies. How you can really support me is by becoming a channel member. You will get PDFs for all of my videos, which are great for review. You know, if you watch one of my videos, maybe a week goes by and you just forget what you learned. But this way, review the PDF, take 5 minutes going back over the PDF and solidify that knowledge. You also get hours of bonus videos, hours and hours of all different kinds of videos that are not available to the public. This is really fun. You also get access to my English book club. Every month we read an easy to read, easy to understand English novel together, a story. You will receive a detailed study guide for that book that will help you understand the language used so you don't get lost. And at the end of the month, we will discuss the book together. If all of that sounds good to you, then guess what? It's only $5 and that money goes directly to me. I'm the only person, you know, that works on these videos. I write everything, edit everything, shoot everything myself. So that money makes it so that I can keep doing what I do and make my videos even higher quality for you guys. Okay, now with all of that out of the way, let's jump to the speaking practice part of today's video. What we're going to do is retell what happened in today's news story in our own words. And what I'd like you guys to do is push yourself to speak for the full minute. Okay, now I'm going to go first and give you a demonstration, give you an example of what I would like you to try and do. So here I go. Here's my minute. In today's news story, we took a look at a very upsetting story, right? A story that sparked a lot of outrage, especially in Australia. A story about this American influencer named Sam Jones. Sam Jones is the name of this person, and Sam took a trip to Australia. While she was there, she picked up a baby wombat, separated the baby from its mother, the little Joey, right? We call them, separated the Joey from its mother, and made a video of the altercation, of the incident, and posted the video online. This was seen by a lot of people as really callous, really over the line. And eventually she left Australia, but not before there was a ton of backlash. All right, guys, that was my minute. Notice how I talked all the way through. I did not stop talking. That's what I want you guys to try and do. If you really get stuck, if you don't know what to say, that's all right. Just talk about your day. Talk about something else. The important part is to keep going. Go ahead, take your minute. Once again, a huge thanks to my channel members. I love you guys. You make my work possible. Without you, there would be no English is Easy. And if you guys are in the middle of a study session, don't stop now. Keep going. I'm going to put another one of my videos up on the screen. Go click on it and I'll meet you there. Come on, let's go.